Okay, so most of you know me as Tricia, and I'm with Easy Emini Trade. And so what I want to do now is I want to go over how you come up with all those support and resistance areas. And the reason it's important is because we want to know where we're likely to have a price stall, because we know that those areas are continually hit over and over and over and over again. What I want to show you here is, let me just bring it up real quick. Okay, you can go to pivotfarm.com and you can use their Power Zones confluence matrix to help with support and resistance. And what I'm going to show you is just that. So go to, you can go to www.pivotfarm.com and you can choose to subscribe, and what will happen is every day they'll send you an email and it will have it'll say click here, and then it will open up advanced trader notes. Or if you'd rather just go to Pivot Farm every day, you can do that. But this is what will get sent to you. So this is the page that will get sent to you, and what you will do is you will click on whatever you're trading. So let's just go to the ES. You click on that, and a PDF will open up, and it will give you a bunch of information. What we're wanting to pay attention to is this. This is the Power Zone Confluence Matrix. And so what it's doing is it is basically giving you an idea of where price stalls are. So what you could do is, if you're having trouble picking out support and resistance areas, and what we like to do is I like to start out on the daily chart, and I'll pick them out from there. But there's only so much you can do on a daily chart, because we can see that we have resistance here, and this is at the 11.12.25, 11.12.75, that general vicinity. And we would pick that area out because as far as you can go back, even from a year ago, October, that was an area. And so you can see you were hitting it here over and over and over again. And even though you were breaking through in a couple of these areas, if you break that down even further to a 60-minute chart, you'll see that that area was continually hit. So then we get through it. Now it acts as a support area. You break through it and we're coming back down, and we're not trading around it anymore. And then guess what? Now we're back through this 1100, trading back up to that 1112 area. So what I'll do is I'll start out looking at, okay, where are we at now? So I'd start out by paying attention to, like, putting 11.12.50 on my list and 1100 on my list. And then down here we have 77 and change. And right off the bat, I'm going to have the previous day's high, low, and close on my chart. Sunil asking how much does Pivot Farm cost? Good question. I forgot to tell you guys that. It's free. So Pivot Farm is free. They accept donations. So, you know, if you use them, it would be nice if, you know, maybe you can donate a little bit each month, or, you know, every couple months. But yeah, free is good. We love free. So, so those are three areas that I'll have on my list right off the bat. So now I want to break these candles up into smaller increments and say, okay, well, how did these candles form? Yeah, I can see where their high, low, and open and close are, but what did they look like? So then what we do is we go to a 60-minute chart. And the problem that a lot of people have is that they have a difficult time picking out what areas are relevant and which aren't. And I have 24-hour information on here, and it's really kind of easy after you do it for a while. You're just picking areas where you continually see price hitting and stalling, hitting and bouncing, or hitting and pulling back. So I do take into consideration 24-hour information. So you can see here would be an area, and that's that 1275 area. You can see here would be an area, was resistance, support, resistance. You can see here would be an area, support, 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 support. So that's what you're looking to do. And then what you do is you will take those areas and add them to your 1-minute chart. So the question becomes, how do I decide what areas to use? If you're having trouble doing that, that's where Pivot Farm comes in. So let's bring that up real quick. Let me just see if I can make this small enough to where I can do everything at once. I can, yay. And then we're just going to start where are we at right now? So let's say we're at 1106. Okay, so let's start there. You can see here we have a confluence area of 1107.50, 1108. So let's just see, 1107, 1108. So let's just see that area. Where's 1107? Where's 1108? Well, look, lo and behold, here we are. So you can see here is 5, here is 650, here is 7. So let's put it at 7. Let's use 725, or even you can use 650. And all you're trying to do is get a general vicinity. You can refine that a little more. You can decide to use this instead, 575. That's what I like. I'm going to use 575, and I think that's on the list as well. Let's see, I think 5 and 550. So let's go ahead and put that there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a 1-minute chart. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a horizontal line at this area right here. Okay, and so you'll see it put it on my 1-minute chart as well. So now I've got my 5 area. Okay, next area. You can see that this area here, 750 to 8, is really going to be this whole congestion area here. And what you'll notice is that when you draw lines, when you wind up with a lot of lines with very little space in between them, it's basically telling you, hey, there's a lot of junk in your way. You're not going to probably want to trade in that area. And I know that sounds pretty simplistic, but it really truly is that. And this may not be exact, but it will get you an idea of the area that you want to pay attention to. So let's just see the 758 area. So let's see where that is. I'm sure it's going to be probably somewhere around here. Let's just see. So let's just use 8. Okay, so there's 8. And you can see coming into a lot of junk here. But interestingly enough, right now, obviously it's after hours, but you can see where did it come up to? It came right up to that 8 area. The area above that, 1050, 1150 area. Okay, so let's put that there. Let's use. I'm going to actually kind of pick out my own area, and let's just see for the heck of it where it falls. So I'm going to actually use just above this area here, hitting this high, this high, this high, this high, and this high. You can see you could even get a little more refined, but let's just see what did that wind up being there. So right in that 1150 area, it's actually 1125. And so it's putting them on my 1-minute chart as well. So then what will happen is when you actually start to trade, you're reminded of all those areas. Doesn't mean that you can't do anything in those areas. It just means you're aware that they're there, and if you have trouble getting through them, then you know that you're not going to sit there waiting forever. You're not going to let it turn into a big loser. So let's go from there to 250. Okay, so let's find 250, and you can see that that area is going to fall in line with this here, this high and these lows. So it really is helpful because it's helping you cheat, basically. It's helping you kind of pick out those areas, and you can always, like I said, refine them a little bit more and be a little more precise, but it is at least helping you to pick out those areas and, you know, take out some of the guesswork. So there's our 250 area. And you can leave them on there and then just maybe make a couple adjustments the next morning, because as long as you're trading in the same price area, you're likely going to keep these same areas as your reference areas. And then, like I said, you're marking them on your 1-minute chart, so then as price is trading, you're going to pay attention to those areas. So I hope that helps, and I'm Tricia with EasyEminiTrade.com.